Hello, my name is Rosa Vega, and for my Week 3 Charlotte's Web presentation, I selected a few excerpts from Chapter 1, Before Breakfast. "Where's Papa going with that axe?" said Fern to her mother as they were setting the table for breakfast. "Out to the hog house," replied Miss Arable. "Some pigs were born last night. I don't see why he needs an axe," continued Fern, who was only 8. "Well," said her mother, "one of the pigs is a runt. It's very small and weak, and it will never amount to anything. So your father has decided to do away with it." "Do away with it," said Fern. "You mean kill it? Just because it's smaller than the others?" Miss Arable put a pitcher of cream on the table. "Don't yell, Fern," she said. "Your father is right. The pig would probably die anyway." Fern pushed a chair out of the way and ran outdoors. The grass was wet and the earth smelled of springtime. Fern's sneakers were sopping by the time she caught up with her father. "Please don't kill it," she sobbed. "It's unfair." Miss Arable stopped walking. "Fern," he said gently, "you'll have to learn to control yourself." "Control myself," said Fern. "This is a matter of life and death. And you talk about controlling myself?" Tears ran down her cheeks, and she took hold of the axe and tried to pull it out of her father's hand. "Fern," said Miss Arable, "I know more about raising a litter of pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble. Now run along." "But it's unfair," cried Fern. "The pig couldn't help being born small, could it? If I had been born small at birth, would you have killed me?" Miss Arable smiled. "Certainly not." He's looking down at his daughter with love. "But this is different. A little girl is one thing, a little runty pig is another." "I see no difference," replied Fern, still hanging on to the axe. "This is the most terrible case of injustice I've ever heard of." A queer look came over John Arable's face, and seemed almost ready to cry himself. "All right," he said. "You go back in the house, and I'll bring the runt when I come in. I'll let you start in on a bottle like a baby. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be." When Mr. Arable returned to the house half-hour later, he carried a carton under his arm. Fern was upstairs changing her sneakers. The kitchen table was set for breakfast, and the room smelled of coffee, bacon, damp plaster, and wood smoke from the stove. "Put it on the chair," said Miss Arable. Mr. Arable set the carton down at Fern's place. Thank you.